Move over,
Thank you
Jeffrey.
so much. What the
Move
fuck is
over.
this? What is
We're live.
this? What is this?
I don't know what's
What
happening.
live? Is he
What does
going
all
on
that
the
mean?
Snapchat?
I
Is
don't
that
know. We're
new?
trying to
Is
work.
this thing on?
What the hell's all this?
Yeah, baby doll. We are now live
You think?
on Instagram as well.
Are we?
Yes, we are. Look, I'll show you.
Whoop,
How do
whoop.
you know?
Ta-da! We're live on Instagram.
It don't say that.
Yeah, it
Don't
does.
say it.
It does. It does. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goblins and goblinettes,
Who's
you
to
know, mysterious elves and everyone. Welcome to Uncensored Radio Live. You see our live for
Take my
another
face.
week, but most importantly, kids, it's the last show of 2023.
Thank
And maybe forever.
Says Luke. You know that I won't let that happen.
What's with all the hats?
Because the show ain't shit.
Hey, hello, Dogsy.
We're rebranding.
Hey, babe.
We're rebranding this week. It's a hat-related podcast and everything hatalicious, and you know,
I
as you
ain't
see
doing
it.
The lighting was off, and Jeffrey didn't want to wear a hat, so I felt like I was obligated to wear
We're
a
gonna
hat.
leave it on now for a
And
little
Luke
while.
wore a hat,
doing it.
and now Tim wore a hat.
Tim always wears a hat. Tim's the
I
hat.
ain't doing it. Tim
Yeah, I'm always
has
in a hat.
on.
Yeah.
Tim's the
He's
hetero
like
hat
Alex
boy.
Mack. Yeah, he's Alex Mack.
He is like Alex Mack. So how are you, Alex Mack / hetero Tim? How was Christmas? Did you survive?
Yeah, no, Christmas was good. Busy but quiet. Which was a bit of a change this year. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually expecting a little bit of the opposite, but we got through it, and now we have a lot planned for this weekend for New Year's. We're going to be on the road a little bit, and I can't wait for everyone to go back to work and school and have my house and my dog back to myself.
It's like I've had enough of these people. Leave me
I thought I couldn't
alone.
wait to go back to work, and I've been so fucking tired.
Oh, everyone's alright. Everyone's alright.
You're not the first, mate. Not the first. Like
I
be the
thought
last.
Luke was a lady for a sec. Oh, well.
He
But I
is a
do make
power
a
bottom.
I make a very pretty drag queen because of
Go
that
back
reason.
and have a look through to our massive back catalogue and look for
Yeah.
this Catherine Astrophy. She's there. She's
I've
there.
donned a frock.
She's been here. And you know who's always here? The lovely Vera. How are you, V? Look at how brightly
Close up on
contrasted.
The ornament was pretty.
Well, look at how brightly contrasted your camera is tonight. You're looking lovely. It's just ready. It's clear. How was your Christmas?
It was good. It was over too quickly, and then I went back to work thinking I need to go back to work because I haven't slept right, I haven't ate right, I haven't drank right. Then I got to work, and I'm like, why am I fucking at work?
Amen, bitch. Amen.
It's weird, hey Vera. Like when you're so used to being like in your routine and busy, like I was the same. I've had like nearly 3 weeks off. The first week, I was like, I should be at work. Like I couldn't wind down. I was like, I should be at work. I need to be really, really busy. And then I found out I was really busy anyway because it turns out I've neglected other areas of my life, so it took up all my time anyway.
Oh, well, that's all right. Nothing wrong with a bit of Christmas realization.
He's finally doing work around here. Who knew?
Oh, no. It's the first camera malfunction of the show.
Oh, are you going to be nasty, Jeff? Are you going to start off the last show like this, are you? What do you mean I'm finally doing work, bitch? I've done more work than you.
All right, how are you, Bubs? How was Christmas?
I'm still down at Yeppoon, so I'm on a lovely coastal town, but that's why I'm like set up on a bed with stuff balancing. I did not think this through. I just should have bought the ring light. Yeah, no, it was good. It was busy. A lot of things to do, a lot of people to see in a small amount of time. So it got hectic at times. But I mean, isn't that Christmas? Don't you want to be busy and flustered and running around wrapping things at the 11th hour? That's how I do it anyway.
Well, funny you should mention that, but we might talk about that a little bit later.
I fucking broke my tooth.
How about you, Christina? Did you unwrap any boxes on Christmas?
Chrissy from the block, how are you?
I did. I unwrapped one big box,
Oh, let's
and it included this chair. My brand new
Oh,
computer chair.
nice.
Yeah.
That should get
Exciting.
happy, babe.
Yeah, this is my husband's hat.
It's a
'Cause
rock.
I
You
don't have
raw
that.
dogging it in the
Beef.
butt.
No, it's a what's it called? Like a rolling paper brand.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like the
okay.
rolling papers
Yeah.
Yeah.
to roll your blunts and your cigarettes.
Right.
Your
Okay.
joints, your
Yeah,
joints.
Your
yeah.
joints, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Oh,
But
my
yeah,
You
the
know,
kids
I'm with
had a
you
nice
now.
Christmas morning. It was very exciting, very nice. And a nice
I saw the
Christmas
lovely picture of
Eve.
your daughter with her Power Wheels.
Yeah, she's so happy. Oh, forget it.
mowing down the neighbors with the power wheel.
She woke up before everybody in the fucking house ran out and saw it, even though I hid it in the dining room under my desk. So I missed out on like her reaction to see it.
She
And then
was
she like ran
ready.
in and told my husband, like, "Hey, come here! I found something."
I found
Look,
then,
something.
I'm actually in a pickle right now. Parents on the panel, like I started this shit with the elves, right? Like we got a girl
Well,
elf, a boy
you're-
elf, and a
you're
baby elf.
screwed.
So they've
Yep.
been up to shit all month, right? Now, how do I wind it down? Because they're not alive. It's me.
You
So
kill
how
him.
do I
Oh,
stop this?
it's
just-
Do
gone
they die
Christmas
in like
Eve
a
night.
car accident?
No, it's
House
done. Yeah,
fire?
you just
Christmas night, they go back
gone.
to
She had to go back to the North Pole. That's it.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
I
no,
sent
they're
it
still
home
going
on
now.
Christmas Eve night.
Well, then you
Okay,
got to
all
keep
right.
it up to a little Christmas, kiddo.
Your elves
Oh,
work
gosh, no.
overtime, do they?
I think on New Year's they're just going to turn to stone. You know?
Yeah, I would just say, like, had to go back to the North Pole. Like, see you next year.
Yeah,
Um,
Yeah,
Melissa.
or I'll leave like 3 little pumpkins there, and I'll say, "Look, they turned back to pumpkins."
Do you have a garbage
Candy
disposal?
No.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna have to put him in the garbage.
Yeah, just be like, I think
Just
they
bits
thought
of-
you were naughty, so they killed
I
themselves.
was,
You know?
I was thinking of just pretending that they turned to candy cane, but you actually want to dismember them. No, they cost like
Yeah,
$5
just have one
each.
like
They're not
leg
cheap.
sticking out of the garbage disposal. Like, how fucking
Mine
great would
left
that be?
a candy cane. Yeah, it was like,
Imagine the
Yeah,
therapy
no.
they'll need later on in life.
I was going to
Alright.
say that homicide, suicide. Anyway, move on.
Elf aside. Jeffrey, how was your Christmas?
Fuck this Christmas.
Fuck Christmas.
Fuck Christmas.
Nobody
Don't
cares
like-
about fucking Christmas.
Not fair.
Did I lag out then, or was that like a really
No, no.
silent pause?
No, he was contemplating. I thought your kids didn't go downstairs or anything. They were very disciplined. They were like,
Because they know better.
they were very. They
Yeah,
were like,
no,
they
I mean,
were
Oh,
well,
coming
you guys were
downstairs.
supposed to save me pictures.
There's lots of pictures.
I didn't take any.
I did. You threw your phone at me and said, "Take pictures."
I haven't even looked at it.
Still
Yeah.
delegating, and
haven't-
then makes out we don't do any work. So it's good as
No,
spread
Steve
across the
does
board.
work. Steve does work.
Oh, good.
Listen,
Come into
listen,
work.
Listen,
You just
I pay the
assume
bills.
that everything. You assume everything's done by Steve. I do shit.
He's
I
You
do
too.
shit.
Look, oh, come on, Jesus Christ. It was a fucking joke.
I'm a good
Dirty
egg.
River.
Come on.
Oh,
I'm a better egg
fuck.
than the one who
Hey.
actually looked like an egg that can't be bothered
He's
showing up for the
sensitive
show.
like the fucking employees. Good
Anyway,
Lord.
back to
Now, you wanna
Christmas. How
start?
are you? You were saying Christmas.
My fucking
Jeff,
aching hole.
we spent 2 days, nearly 2 days cooking for what, the 4 people that showed up.
3.
3.
Yeah.
oh,
I had
no.
2 trays of manicotti, 2 trays of ziti. Didn't even make the salad. There was a massive amount of food for 3 people. Yeah, that
And
was...
Oh, no.
viewers and panelists, I got to witness
Diabetes.
the full Emmett the experience. We had Vito and Joyce here.
You know what though? My favorite part of Christmas was, I gotta say, these 2 bitches showed up, and they came
Is
over.
this your
Actually,
parents?
no,
This is
no,
not
these 2
the miracle
bitches.
before Christmas.
Yeah, the miracle before Christmas. These 2 bitches showed up, and they saved fucking Christmas. And I can't really say too much.
You
'cause
can't say too much.
There's a sick child in the other room on the couch sleeping, just in case.
Mm.
But they very
I'm
much.
sure those 2 bitches.
And we don't like airing dirty laundry on this show, do
They
we?
saved my bacon, and so Miss Homegirl below me and her sister Miss Dia came and saved the day.
And I may or may not have done something very mechanical.
He did
So
very
sweet.
much so.
He was.
I'm
Oh,
very proud
you
of
can
it.
say it.
I'm
You
very-
can say it.
Vera, because we
Because
He
can't.
I
was
just-
borderline straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most heterosexual thing I've ever done, and it involved using an
What?
Allen key.
Oh no.
Oh,
Something
yeah, I'm
together?
with you. He put
This
together a Prezi.
Yeah,
And this
yes.
is what
Yeah,
I
I'm with
said.
you.
This is what I said. This is so out of my comfort zone. This is what I have a lesbian for these things, and I'm so out of my comfort zone. And
And
I
then
did it.
Vera's like, I ain't no lesbian.
No, I was already amongst it once Vera and Dia
I'm
got
still
here.
worried about the fact I broke a tooth.
Did that just happen
Oh
while we
my
were
God.
coming
Yeah,
to air?
like 30 seconds ago.
Oh,
Oh my!
Oh my-
Sharp thing.
she's tugging a
Oh,
hole
no.
now. Oh.
See what this show does to people?
Did you like all of a sudden go lesbian and hook up with Shannon or something? Because every chick she was with had teeth problems.
No.
Oh my God.
Well, I'm just checking.
No, remember,
If I was going lesbian, it wouldn't be with Shannon.
Vera, didn't you come out the other night?
Holy
Did I
shit,
come out
Shannon,
Vera
I hope
come
you're not
out the other
watching,
night?
doll.
Was it Christmas Eve or at your place or when you said
What did I say?
I'm a lesbian? No, wait. If I was a lesbian, Vera came out. Jeffrey doesn't remember because he was.
You know what? It's 2023, babe. If I want to sleep with a woman, it's
You do
okay.
you,
love
girl.
is love. I don't fucking care.
The New Year's,
Amen.
the New Year's snooch is upon us all. The New Year's snooch, and we might as well
I think
talk
that was
about.
your cue, Christina, just to randomly go, I get turned on by lesbian porn.
Yeah,
Again.
thank you so much for that. That was like so awesome.
Yeah, there was a moment that you wanted them to
Good.
remember, right?
Yes, I really
Look,
did.
I was just, it reminded
Out
me
there
of that
forever.
scene from the South Park movie, when she's like, I once farted on the set of Blue Lagoon.
That's all right. We're gonna stop talking about our snooches and talk about the most. Oh, we're not talking about. We're gonna get a quick 2-second glimpse at the most famous snooch we know, Miss Christina. Christina. I keep saying that this
I'm
week.
like, who?
Katrina
Oh,
A. Johnson
fine.
is
Come
heralding
on.
in the final hot load of hot topics for the year.
Hot load of hot
gosh.
topics.
Ah, so gorgeous, so gorgeous, so gorgeous, so gorgeous. It's been very random week of things happening, but Fanny's flying seems to be the thing that people want to talk about. People like the Fanny's flying revenge is back. Like this article won't quit. There's so many people that have such an opinion on this one, and
Okay, this is a good story, though. Like, who
Yeah.
wants to explain it?
you
for
can
the
go,
viewers?
Luke. You posted it, just so you can talk about it.
Okay,
If you like.
yeah, I did post it. So look, as a follow-up to the other article we did on Southwest Airlines giving out free tickets for overweight passengers if they require them, this lady was on another airline. She actually paid for her ticket. So she paid for 2 seats because she knew she was bigger, and it's problematic for her when she's on an airline. And then a mother and her toddler were like sitting in the same row of 3 seats. And the mother more or less wanted her toddler to sit on this woman's other seat that she'd paid for. And the woman was like, no. And then the flight attendant even asked her, oh, maybe you should just give up the seat. And yeah, people very strongly opinionated in the comments. A lot of them think the airline's done the dodgy. Yeah, all right, let's cut to V.
All right, V wants to go first.
Fuck
Miss
that shit. If
Vera.
you're making the fat asses pay for 2 fucking seats, then they get to keep both seats unless the mother wants to reimburse her for the full price of the seat she already paid for. Fuck that noise. You don't get it both ways.
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
Boom, Tish.
Fuck yeah.
I don't think any of us disagree with Vera on the panel, do we? No.
I don't think
No.
so. I mean,
No.
you pay.
That's
like,
don't
just
even know
logic. You get
I
what
wanna
you
know-
paid for, mate. She
Go
paid
on,
for
know
2
what-
seats.
If
They're
that
her
mother
seats.
wants to pay for that second seat that woman had, then maybe
Why-
we could consider it. But until that point, the stewardess and the mother need to shut the fuck up.
Audacity.
Why would that mother take a child flying without a fucking ticket of its own? I don't. That blows my fucking
Children
mind.
Some airlines do that, like in
are allowed to fly
Australia.
on a parent's lap.
Yeah, and like in
Airlines.
Australia, under the age of
Okay.
2, like they can fly on your lap for free if you don't want to pay for the seat because you know,
Great.
most babies
Great.
cling
And
to
guess
you.
what's fucking happening? That
But
child's flying
that's
on your
what they
fucking
do.
lap.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
that's what you
fine.
do.
But now that child is flying on your fucking lap the entire time. Like
I've
you don't
gotta
get to pick
say-
and choose. It's
Exactly,
bullshit.
but I saw when I flew to London earlier this year, I saw a single dad who had probably this kid would have been probably just over a year old, if not like too big for the bassinet, but not big enough for a seat by himself, and he held that baby the entire flight. I'm like, oh my god! Like, never put. There was a spare seat next to him. He never put that baby in that seat. He held on to that baby the entire time, and I was like, dude, you must be like made of steel, because I would have been dropping that baby on the ground, falling asleep. I would have been like, but I was like, single dad, you go, power.
Well, I mean, when they're that young, they're rough. Just going to dinner with a child of that age, they're squirmy. They're tired. They're sleepy. They're cranky. It's a commitment to keep a 2-year-old on your lap.
They're
Then
little
buy another
shits.
seat.
We know this.
Then,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
buy
We
another
know
seat.
that.
Yeah, by the seat.
Yeah.
I just don't get people. It's like people are fucking entitled. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like
No,
well,
and I think this comes down to a little bit of fat shaming too. They're like, "Oh, this fat chick doesn't deserve 2 seats," but she paid for them.
But she paid for it. If
Yeah,
I
she
buy
paid
fucking
for it.
plane, I buy 4 seats. Guess who's not sitting in fucking 4 seats? Any of you motherfuckers. Because I
This mother was banking. This
I
mother
get 4
and
meals, I
the
get 4
stewardess.
fucking drinks. That's it. Like, you lose.
They were
Yeah.
banking on the
That's it. You should've
shame that
thought
this
ahead.
girl would feel
don't
by
fly.
this confrontation to get their own
Yeah,
way.
of course.
That's what I think.
Let's make her feel uncomfortable, and then
Nah,
she'll give
fuck
up.
that. People fuck.
Just
I'm
like
so
that
sick of
woman
fucking
on my
people.
flight back from France was banking on everybody feeling uncomfortable and getting bumped up to first class.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, as I always say, you may think your child's amazing, but people don't have to care about your child and your shitty decisions, because you do see parents that get to basically ticketing, and they're like, oh, we have to. How old is that? Is that child that you have to buy a ticket? They're like, oh, no one said that. I'm like, of course they did. Like, of course, like, who doesn't know that you have to buy a ticket?
You
for a
always
child?
have to put the child's details in anyway, so they've done the wrong thing.
So they know. So why lie about it? The kid's right in front of you. Like, the amount of people that are like,
Yeah.
oh, well, I have to swap. I got asked to swap seats like twice, I think, on the way over here to put people together. I mean, and that's just regular couples. I mean, if you're not organized enough to get your tickets together, then you just suck it up and deal with it, right?
Mhm.
Like, you shouldn't rely on other people changing their plans.
Steve,
or
I think
anything
if
like
we
that.
coordinate our asses to sit together for our flights, then people who live in a house together and are actually in a relationship together can do that too.
Exactly, but there does come
or their
random
own
times.
offspring.
There does come random times, like when our flight got cancelled out of Syracuse, where we got reassigned 3 or 4 times. So you ended up not sitting next to your 4-year-old, and we're like, no, that's not going to work. So, like, obviously, that's not going to happen. But
no,
for
you're
adults, for like even like an adult, like older than me, the people in their 60s and 70s are complaining they're not sitting together. Well, don't be cheap and buy the tickets where you can assign your own seating if you're that worried about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, it's like what, $30 or $40 more. If you can't afford that, don't go on holidays. Like, honestly, like, if you can't afford to not, like, I don't know. I've been single for a long time. I think a break from your partner might be nice for a couple of hours, right? Sit there and watch some documentary.
No,
that's what I did.
fucking
Oh my
yeah.
god, then you end up sitting next to the bitch from Prague who's talking about her necklace and like, see this, I got this in Prague. Oh my god. Oh, don't worry about the television. Don't look at the news.
To her.
Oh my god. And then she's talking about, like, you know, we're on JetBlue and on the television there's a plane crash over in Colorado. The plane went off the fucking runway. And she's like, don't worry about it, honey. I fly everywhere. I got this necklace in Prague. Bitch, I don't care about that fucking necklace. Is it a life-saving device?
I flew from Syracuse to LA once next to a woman who's talking to me. We're having a very nice conversation. And then the plane starts taxiing down the runway. And she looks at me and she says, you're going to have to be quiet because I need to spend the rest of this flight willing our plane to stay in the air. Grabbed the armrest and she closed her eyes and the entire flight.
That's
she just
amazing.
kept mumbling, stay in the air, stay in the air, stay in the air.
I got super lucky.
God.
I got super lucky coming over. I sat next. Oh well, there was a gap next to me on the first flight with no one. The second one, there was this hot guy with a weird accent. Couldn't figure out where he was. And then the last flight, I was sat next to a veteran, and they don't move.
Vera,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't fly, babe, because I feel like you have bad
You've got some.
experiences with people.
Vera's got some shit happening to her.
You've got some shit going
I had
on.
a very bad
And I want to see the
experience.
world, you know. But man, yeah, I've had some shitty things happen. That actually wasn't bad. She was very sweet. She was just crazy as hell.
Christina, you were saying?
I've had a very bad experience, but it was for like a half-hour flight because we were coming home from Florida for my cousin's wedding, and they couldn't land. We were like 300 feet above the runway, and they came right back up, and we ended up landing in Connecticut. Then they wanted us to get back on the plane from Connecticut to go land back on the island, and like while the clouds were just clearing just right, so like even though it was a 20-minute flight back to Long Island, it was the worst because it was like this the entire time, and you thought that you were going to die. And this guy across the aisle from me just kept saying, "It's just waves on the ocean. It's just waves on the ocean." And he's like a 400-pound man, and he's terrified. So I'm like, I'm terrified. Then we had another, like, then I said, I'll never fly again. But when we went down to Florida again for my sister's bachelorette party, Tim's cousin Ashley had a great idea. She said, you have to take some gummies. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to definitely pop a Xanax too. So we took 2 gummies. I took 2 Xanaxes. And she has like this head cap thing that she covers her eyes with. And she falls asleep. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing that too. And I rolled up my sweater and I put something on the thing on the screen just so I could listen to. No, actually, I'm sorry. It was on my phone. And I just held my phone and I put my head back and I was like, I'm just going to try to sleep. And I was at the window seat and my sister was next to me. I was like, I'm just going to fall asleep. And I fell asleep. And I said, okay, that's the way to do it. Like, be completely
Medicated.
high as fuck
Completely
Like a
and-
dog with an
yourself.
ear infection.
and fall asleep. So it wasn't bad going down. And then we never got to fly back because our flight was canceled because of the weather. So we drove.
Correct.
So I don't have to fly again until I want to fly again.
All right, here we go. Dogsy has a story. I had a horrible flight to Vegas over Christmas, man. This Super Valley type girl who plugged her phone in the charger and then put it on my leg without asking. Then took her shoes and socks off and put her grubby socks between us. Oh, nice face, horrible manners.
That's why I don't want to fly.
Yeah,
That
no,
and the
I think-
poop story.
Yeah, you got to keep
It's enough for me.
your
Like,
socks
when
on.
you really stop and think about it, right? So I've never taken a city bus. I don't even know what that experience is like. I mean, I took a school bus
Yeah.
as a kid. When you really think about it, a plane is like taking a city bus, right?
Yeah,
it's like
I
taking
agree.
city transportation, and I don't do that. So I'm just like, I don't think so.
Can
I got
I
it.
take a moment to
Yeah.
highly recommend train travel?
Train travel.
Oh,
No.
my mother loves it.
Love taking
She's
the
like, oh, I got the handicap sticker. She's like, you got the handicap sticker. They give you a private room with the bathroom and your own shower.
Yeah, but then you can't have a cigarette.
regular coach seat on a train is wider. It's like twice as wide as an airplane seat. It's so much more leg room. You can get up and walk around. I recommend train travel.
You're just
if you
gonna
got
have the
time.
17,000 hours to get where you want to go.
Well, if you're
Yeah,
going
it
to
takes
New York, it's just
forever.
4.5 hours.
That's like the
See, that'd
Oregon
be
From
Trail.
Florida?
Some of us aren't going to make it.
No, from
Some
here.
of
Wait,
us aren't
what?
going to make it. It's the Oregon Trail,
Well,
yo.
it takes like over, yeah, but you got to think about it. So if you got to do layovers, by the time you get to the airport, go through security, do all that bullshit, right? So to get to Florida, how long does it take you to go between leaving the house to getting to Florida, right? Even though it's a 2-hour flight, how long does that actually take you
Depends how much you fuck
to
around.
go through the whole airport process?
It's like a whole day.
Only
It takes
six,
usually 8
yeah,
to
6,
10
7 hours.
Okay, so to take the train is overnight. So it's the same fucking thing. What does it matter, right? Either way, you're spending fucking 12 hours. You're
The
losing
only
a
problem
day.
is, Jeff, we're not going to be able to take the train to Australia. So you're going to wrap your head around
It'll
going to
melt.
Australia.
Bitch, I'm gonna take the tugboat. Whoop whoop, choo choo.
Jeffrey's
no,
gonna
no,
go-
no.
Tugboat takes 6
Is
weeks.
there a cruise to Australia?
days.
I'll take
30
that.
days.
There is a cruise from Hawaii to Sydney. Or Brisbane.
Oh,
Hawaii to
okay.
Brisbane, Hawaii to Sydney.
Yes.
Could you get to Hawaii, do you reckon?
The
Yeah, you're
6-hour
gonna have to fly
flight.
to Hawaii.
Yeah.
We could fly to Hawaii.
No, I
And then we
fly
can fly to Hawaii
Australia.
and fly and then
So- But somebody's going to have to come to take care of the kids because I'm just going to have to be fucking medicated beyond recognition. That's all.
Yeah,
Well, look,
exactly.
what a great segue, because speaking of medicated beyond recognition, ladies and gentlemen, Gypsy Lee Blanchett is free.
Yeah,
Steven.
good job, Gyps.
Good for her.
That was really good.
That
It
makes me
was.
want to get high.
It was. So,
Look, you know what though? This chick though, like everyone, like she is a victim, right? She's a victim of child abuse.
Oh,
But I'd
absolutely.
never fucking trust her for the rest of my life. I
Ooh,
wouldn't leave
no
my
way.
kids with her. She capable of murder, that bitch. No.
she is.
And it's not her
Yeah,
fault.
no.
She was driven to it.
Boyfriend did
but-
murder, right?
But she
Yeah,
sought him
but
out.
she
sought him out
pulled
to
the
murder
strings.
her mother.
Well, wouldn't you?
I know, but that's premeditation.
Oh, fuck that. Come on. After what that mother put her through, come on,
It's-
give me a break. It's not
Yeah,
like she
but what I'm
murdered
saying
some
is that
fucking
girl's
stranger.
damaged for life. No, she's not going to ever be
She's
okay.
pretty damaged.
She-
She's got
okay,
one
but-
eye looking at you, one eye looking
How is
past
that
you.
different?
It's
So
not
would
her
you
fault.
say, but would you say that to a woman whose husband was abusing her, and then she fucking murdered him because that was her only way out? No, we
Right.
wouldn't. We'd be like, oh, good for her. She fucking took her power back.
If she was capable of like manipulating someone else into committing the murder, I would have some. If it didn't
That's
happen in
scary.
like a
But
self
she
defense
was.
manner,
How
yeah,
old
I
was
would
she
be
when this
concerned.
happened?
Her mom was
Exactly.
medicating her. Her mom was
Oh,
restraining her.
I'm not. No. Don't think I'm advocating for the victim. The mum fucking got what was coming to her. But I'm just saying, Gypsy will never. She will never be someone that's going to be okay or stable. She's
Well,
fucked for life because of that
she was
mother.
never going to be anyway.
Oh no.
No, she was
gonna
born
be the mother
into-
who did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get a little
She was
munchy, you
robbed.
know, things get weird.
Yeah, no, I think she's always going to have mental problems, but I don't think.
You don't think she'll
I
kill
don't-
anyone else?
I
Watch that
hope
space.
not. I hope not, but I don't think she needed to spend 10 years in prison either.
Well, Shelley did.
Well, she was supposed to spend life in prison.
Yeah.
I don't think
Her
she needed to spend
sentence
8
was
either.
reduced.
I don't think that was
No,
fair.
I think she needed to go to hospital.
So, all right.
She needed
yeah.
help.
So let's. All right, we've got this argument that yes, child abuse, Munchausen's by proxy, etc., etc. What about the
I should
Menendez
take off my hat.
brothers?
I think if there's proof that father was abusing those boys, their sentence should be lessened. Absolutely.
Oh, and I think we owe them some motherfucking money.
Well, that I
Yeah, right.
don't know if we can do, but
Well,
Wasn't that the problem? They
but-
didn't have enough money, so mummy and
Here's-
daddy had to
but
go.
Again, here's the fucking issue, right? Our justice system is not doing its job, and this is part of the problem. If we're not getting all the facts out, or things are not getting presented at the trial the way they should be, right? And the kids were saying this all along, and wasn't there some fuckery with the trial, right?
Oh, there's always fucker with trials.
Like, this is the problem with the justice system.
Mhm.
So, with this chick, I mean, this is it's not a black and white issue. There are gray areas, and that has to be accounted for in the justice
But
system.
Dogsy
There
actually
are
brings up a
always
good
gonna be
point
gray
just
areas.
in his comment there. She's married. She's now married since being in prison, and her boyfriend is, left to rot for the murder.
Yeah. So she used him, and she's this is what I mean. She's happy.
She's
that
obviously
he
got
fall.
some.
He
she's
pulled the
obviously got
trigger
some
for her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's going to be a sociopath or fucked up for the rest of her life because it's not her fault, but she's fucked.
Right, okay, but
Yeah.
the boyfriend wasn't the one who was abused by the mother his whole life,
I know,
right?
but she's still
Like-
able to manipulate him to do
No,
it.
but wasn't he a bit
Did she?
fucking buoy?
I don't know. I don't know that. I
Easily
don't know that.
manipulated.
Buoy, a slang term for something derogatory.
Crazy.
Buoy
Crazy.
means yeah.
Crazy.
What are you
Sorry,
going?
that was
Like
an Aussie one.
www.nutbag.com?
www.notmymother.com.
What was the thing? Was it in like Scream 2 or something? The one where they would fucking...
Yep, the
What's her face from Roseanne?
upcoming serial killers podcast
Yeah.
website.
You just go online and get them on www.
Yeah, it's just a really interesting case because now her plans are to sell, obviously, her story in a book and da 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 da.
Well,
But
would
should
you?
she be able? But should she be able to make money off?
What else is she going to do? Who's
Well,
going
other
to
people
that
have.
Look at how
Patricia
lucrative.
Arquette made money.
But look, everyone goes up. We've all gone after O.J. Simpson. He was acquitted of the crime, and he wasn't allowed to make any money off the book that he wrote.
But he's made money doing other things.
But he was found guilty in a
Naked
civil
gun.
He was found
That was
guilty in a
before.
civil suit.
Yeah, it's a, I don't know. She's shifty.
Again, I feel like we have the justice system has to be reworked to account for gray areas, and I think the prison is not always the answer. We have to look at people's mental health, and in this case, this child was abused her entire life. The answer is not to throw people in prison. We have to try to rehabilitate people and fix them. Throwing
Look,
people
I
in prison
completely agree there.
is not.
I don't think she needed to do any jail time. She needed to be in a hospital.
Should we go back to the old days when they used to take people out to the city limits and go, "Be gone! You're free into the wildlife."
But that's not the answer either.
Do your full yellow jackets
Like,
and everyone becomes cannibals. That'd be great.
What's the reason to put her in prison?
Film it.
We're punishing her for being abused.
Right.
So she was abused. Nobody helped her. All the adults around her, the school, whoever, they all failed her. And then she did something to get out of it, to get out of the abuse. She did, of course, a horrific thing. But there was the only thing she could think of to get out of it, because obviously none of the people around her were helping. And then we punished her for it instead of helping her.
Right.
And then we wonder why we have criminals. I just don't understand why people don't get this. Like, it's fucking mind-boggling to me.
It's a systematic problem, which is going to lead into our next segue, because this week the Carter clan is thinning out rapidly. Bobby Jean Carter, Nick Carter's older sister, has also passed away
from an overdose.
Eerily similar circumstances to Aaron.
It's like, wow.
It's like,
it's just sad.
It's sad.
What it is.
It's so very, and look, it's sad that all of these problems seem to have come from the fact that Nick's famous, and
it's from a psychotic parents that thought that their children could be just pushed and pushed, and one's better than the others, so we're going to make him be the grand star, and the rest of you is shit. Like, that's just terrible, terrible parents. They're not as bad as Dee Dee, but they're close.
The mother actually went to TMZ with the story, I'm pretty sure.
Which is a dog.
Like, not awful. Like, I'm sorry to start with, but who cares about, like, she's not a public, not a public.
It's not, but it is
it's sad. And it's a sad situation.
But Mummy was banking on the Carter name to put it in tabloids.
Exactly, but how? Like, at what point? I think he's only got one sister left now.
Well, the mom's trying to probably get paid for interviews.
Yeah, exactly. She would have probably sold the story. Blah blah. I'll give you.
Oh, she'll probably sell tickets to the service too.
But it was TMZ she went to, so obviously they pay for stories.
You've lost 3 kids. What a great way to write a book and talk about how I've survived all this tragedy of losing 3 children.
But they've all died from drug addiction. But they've all died under her care.
No, she'll blame Hollywood, and then she'll write a story.
Tim's really quiet. I want to hear what Tim's got to say at the Carters.
Is he alive?
Nothing.
I mean, he had no opinion. We're going to talk about Brittany in a minute. So
yeah. That's
my God.
I pull a newsroom and but it's disgusting. I commented on the article that was posted on our Instagram, and I just don't understand how anybody in the same breath can say, like, please, we just need time to grieve, but let me give TMZ a phone call first. That way I can ensure that someone's going to be knocking on my door every 20 minutes or calling my phone for an interview. I mean, she's so transparent of a fucking piece of shit of a human being. And that's, it's just disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting. You're manipulating your own children's death for your own personal gain. And it's disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting.
I mean, anyone that goes through loss knows how traumatic it can be. I can't imagine anyone's first thought would be, let me make a statement to TMZ about my child's death.
Right?
Like, what
What the
thought
fuck?
pattern is that? What?
I just
that's
lost
it.
my ring light.
Oh God, Vera's having
I
a
was like, is
malfunction.
Vera climbing through the screen like the chick off the
Great.
ring? What's going on?
she's ringing it. Vera's got the ring happening. But it's
Well,
just, yeah.
it's just a complete level of narcissism and sociopath and probably psychopath behavior. It's fucking crazy.
And these morons can't see, oh, gee, 3 of my kids are dead now from drugs. I wonder if I played a part in that. Like,
very true.
Yeah, right. I mean, when's someone going to be like, why did 3 of your kids die from drugs? Why weren't you a better parent?
Yeah, shouldn't somebody look into that?
What's the common denominator here? They all come out of that tunnel.
People want to make on TikTok. People want to make out that Nick should have done more. I should have done more. When does it become not your responsibility for your family? Like these are grown. All of these people were grown adults.
The best thing Nick could have done was distance himself from that family,
which is what he did.
And he did.
Right. I mean, that's the best thing he could have done. So don't put it on him for that's another thing. Like nobody works for themselves anymore. Everybody wants fucking handouts. Everybody wants a fucking free seat for their fucking toddler on a Southwest flight, and everybody wants money from their rich relatives. How about you get a fucking job and you work? And if that's not enough, then work 2 jobs. If that's not enough, work 3. Because my single mother did it with 2 kids at home. Fucking put your fucking nose to the grindstone. Do what you got to do. It's fucking people are so toxic. I fucking hate people. I'm such a bad headache.
So nobody has to work 3 fucking
you create the life that you want. You can't expect people to give you things. Like that's not in the real world how it works. Like if you want to do, like everyone goes, oh my God, you spend so much money on traveling around. That's because that's how I choose to spend the money I make. Right. I didn't have kids. I don't have a house. I don't have all that kind of thing. So I can do what I want when I want to do it.
Yeah.
So I don't like accuse people of being like selfish for spending thousands of dollars on their kids at Christmas or, like buying a new car every fucking 2 years or something like that because, I need it. No, you want it. There's a difference between need and want. Acknowledge it's a want, not a need, because if you really need something, you'll work for it. You won't expect a free
Dogsy. What do you need to see?
Lazy to work.
Apparently, I chose to spend mine on failed engagements. Well, Dogsy,
oh shit!
I think we could have a whole. We could have a whole show on you, a spin-off series. The Dogsy Chronicle. The Dogsy Chronicle.
I won't leave you at the altar, mate. You probably don't want to stand there with me, but
That's all right. Speaking of people who choose to work, we're doing great segues today, guys. We're hitting a rhythm. Now, the recent, it was Walmart, wasn't it?
Yeah, Walmart.
Mean Girls?
It was Walmart. It
was the recent Walmart reunion of the Mean Girls cast was missing one noticeable star, Rachel McAdams, and she has spoken out this week on why she wasn't a part of it. Apparently, according to Rachel, she wasn't told that everyone was doing it, which I find hard to believe.
Same.
No.
Which I find hard to believe. And she says that this was the good part. She's a movie actress. I've never done commercials. Commercials aren't my thing.
So beneath me.
Ooh.
So beneath me.
Meanwhile, the last movie that she did was Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Did we see that? Anyone?
I did.
Anyone?
No.
Has anyone been checking for Rachel McAdams in the last 5 years?
Is that quote on video of her saying that?
It's a written quote from an interview.
That doesn't mean shit.
It's a written quote.
It doesn't mean shit.
Well, she chose to.
I don't think it was more or less like she's above it. I think more or less
she said she's never done ads.
She wouldn't waste her time on a 30 fucking or what a minute commercial. She's got family and shit. Like, I get it. Like,
I don't know that I would have done it either in my career. Like, I'm not gonna do.
How much are they going to pay, or was it worth it?
Yeah. I don't. And again, like,
well, it's not even a sequel. It's a commercial that mocks the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was
just playing up the
ones I
nostalgia
saw.
of the
I
film.
thought they were brilliant. I thought it was great. Whoever did them.
And I think it's very possible she didn't know that everybody else was doing it.
How do you not know
Yeah.
that?
And because if
No.
they just come to her and say, "This is what we're gonna do.
It's
Do you want to
how
be
is
a
it
part of
done?
it?" She says no. They're not gonna come back and be like, "Oh, but everybody else is doing it. You're the only one not doing
Yeah.
it." They're
I
not
think-
gonna go back and tell her.
I don't know. I think with an ensemble cast, it would be different if it
No,
was
you
like.
absolutely would tell them. Her
I think
agent
it,
would have known.
I think it would be different if it was like if it was I don't know a Hunger Games themed ad and it was Jennifer Lawrence and what's his face. But this is an ensemble cast of the 4 main characters that everyone knew plus like
But if they were going to do it and they were that
one's-
close, like, why wouldn't one of them call her and be like, "Hey, listen, bitch, we're all doing this commercial. Why
Well,
aren't
they
you in
should've-
it?" Like,
they should have all banded together and go, yes, we'll all do it for this
Not
this
that
amount of money.
yeah,
serious.
clearly they didn't.
Like the Friends cast, hello, like we'll do it,
Yeah.
but you need to pay us X amount of money.
Because it's a dumbass Walmart
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah, but
But
still,
look,
they-
it may lead to a sequel now. If the buzz are all around this, Rachel will probably sign on for a pretty penny now. And
Well,
go,
she
I'll
said
do
that
a
she
movie."
would love to do another movie. The only one that hasn't really and wasn't featured and no one seems to be mentioning is Lizzie Kaplan, who played Janice.
She's doing all kinds of shit.
She's working. she's the one that's hard at work. I mean, even Amanda Seyfried seems to have stopped being. She was in heaps of stuff there for a while. That she's disappeared and
Well,
Lacey.
she was just, I don't know when it came out, but she was in that Hulu special about the I can't think of the name of it
What
now,
was-
but that series about the Stanford student who like dropped out and like fake
Oh,
made
yeah.
that thing for
Yeah.
Walgreens.
murdering, but yeah.
Yeah.
And wasn't
that was
Amanda
actually
Seyfried
pretty
in a
good.
movie where she fingered Julianne Moore?
Yes, she was.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think everyone's
was.
fingered Julianne Moore in a movie by
I
now.
think, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were reading, I thought you were reading
I
my
don't
thoughts.
think I've seen that movie. I've seen quite a few Julianne.
It
movies.
exists.
She does do a lot of lesbian movies. Julianne Moore.
No, it exists. I just remember something about
Julianne
Amanda
Moore,
Seyfried.
Mango aficionado.
Yeah. Mango Muncher extraordinaire, Julianne
Yeah.
Moore.
She's a busy girl. She's very
And
busy
Academy
girl.
Award. Did she win an Academy Award?
I'm sure she has, hasn't she? Julianne Moore would
Yeah,
have.
I thought
Julianne
she
Moore,
did.
yeah.
She's been nommed anyway. She's got nommies. That's
She's
enough.
got nom-noms. It's nice. We
Absolutely.
like it.
Definitely for Snake
Something.
I think she
Yeah.
did
No,
win
it was,
for
She would have won for something. She's done a whole heap of
Private
shit.
Room.
supporting actress.
Oh, support.
Mm.
Shit, you ain't no Gwyneth Paltrow. Ugh. Oh, who gave that an Oscar?
Running over skiers and shit.
But
Nobody is.
from a happy working environment to one that's turned into a bit of a bloody nightmare, Scream 7 is hemorrhaging cast and crew like nobody's business. Their director is now gone too. So that's the 2 main stars plus the director plus the star of the original franchise have all checked out because Spyglass Media refused to pay people by the sounds of it and want to fire people for freedom of speech. But way to run a very successful franchise into the ground, guys. Like those new movies were making bank, and they didn't have to pay. The only one they really had to pay money to would be Jenna Ortega. Like she was the breakout star.
She's
Like
making some bank.
she made that Wednesday money, but we'll see. We'll see how good the
But
second.
look, I think they could probably fix all of this if they just pony up the cash for Nev. But what story can they tell now with Sydney? Like,
Well,
I don't know where it can go.
I do. I've got ideas, but we'll talk about
How
it
do
on
you
Uncensored Horror.
drop? You know what I mean? Obviously, they were setting this up to go somewhere, and now you're just gonna drop the. I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's
You
going to be
fucked yourself.
interesting to see where they do go, but it's very like
I think they call this production hell. Like some
They
of the
do.
previous cast know about that, don't they?
we know about a lot
They
of
still have
projects.
projects in
A lot
production.
of projects that never went anywhere.
What do you mean? Like a reality show that I shot? I don't know what you're
That we
saying.
may have a couple of.
Hey, no, I saw that show. I love that show. I had that show.
Which one?
And you could too when you subscribe to our Patreon that we're going to start in 2024.
we will sell our souls, but at least we'll have money. Unlike Britney Spears,
goodbye.
ladies and gentlemen.
Goodbye.
Hey, you know what? I
One
didn't do
fucking
it. So it
goddamn
wasn't me.
week.
So it is
I
alleged that
am responsible for this article, guys.
It is
I'm
alleged
sorry.
that Britney has gone through
I
$17
want to
million.
cut your high heels.
Everybody checked out.
Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. But
Well,
Look,
I
I
hate
just,
this.
I just don't see. I've said it before. I've said it in the comments, and this is going to be my one comment. I don't see how the math is mathing from all of that money that she has made. It's 10 years ago this month
Look,
that she started the
the
Vegas
story-
residency.
The
So-
story says it's from a source who had an interview with. I can name it here on the podcast. I didn't want to put it in writing on there because guess what? I didn't interview fucking her friend. It was an interview with OK Magazine with a source, and it's all alleged. It says it in the title, allegedly, and then you got these fucking idiots that are obvious Britney fans because they're fucking stupid, sitting there in the comments going, "Leave her alone. She isn't broken." Blah blah blah. I'm like, it says it's allegedly. It's literally in the title. You fucking moron. What are you arguing about?
Oh
I can't do it. I just can't
the
deal with it.
The viewer count just tanked.
Good.
That's all right. We've got someone. So she struggled with money. Colombia is obviously not, because in the most random news this week, a nearly 21-foot statue of Shakira has been put up in Colombia. That's
Why
a
not?
lot. That's a lot of Shakira. And I'm going to say it. It's lucky that her breasts are small and humble, so we don't confuse them with mountains.
With mountains.
Thank you.
I don't get it.
That's just song lyrics.
They're lyrics, babes. They're
From
lyrics.
whenever, wherever.
Oh.
You know the song that should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, maybe they should do a Britney statue. An
There's
Aguilera statue in a genie bottle. I don't know what they can do.
Aguilera statue.
California airport. There is a 40.
We've killed Tim.
fucking
Like, Tim's
statue
legit
of
dead.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Like
Hello,
anybody
pilgrim.
need a 40-foot statue of John fucking Wayne.
Well, you never know. People are very moist over John Wayne.
I was going to say, Vera, would you like a bonanza statue?
Vera's about it.
No. You know what statues
No.
are good for pigeons to poop on?
For me to poop on. Oh, remember Courage?
No.
For me to
No.
poop on. He was great. Conan. Courage, insult dog.
No.
It
don't
was
know her.
Triumph. the
Triumph!
insult
Courage the Cowardly Dogs Cartoon Network. Never mind.
dog.
I got my dogs confused. Except for Dogsy.
I don't
We
know
know that
her.
one. Okay. I have a bit of a controversial, not really controversial, but we've all just survived Christmas, so I would like everyone's point of view on this week's View from Here. Now, the holidays are difficult to put up with to start with. I mean, you've got, family and present buying and days of cooking all the food to put it together, to make it nice for people to eat. But we are all complete morons because one dad had it sorted in 2020, guys. Instead of putting out plates, he put out silver baking trays. Everyone served themselves in their own tray. Anything they didn't eat, they took home. So there was no waste, and they could
I think
put away. No washing up to do. I think this man is a genius. But the reason I want to talk about it is the effort that you put in to doing this kind of stuff. Really worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
it's all a labor of
Christina,
love.
you can
Doing it
start
for
us.
the
Go.
people You love.
I think it is. I think 100% it's worth the effort because, again, I missed the whole breading day, but, we were there for, the piñolata and putting all the effort in and seeing everybody eat. And, we were frying shrimp and frying flounder and, making everything and, you're frying the galamad and, you're setting up dinner and you're, putting everything out. It's a lot of work. But then you see everybody get together, sit down, enjoy the meal, and then everybody just sits back and talks for a while. It makes the night So I get it. It's a lot of amp up and a lot of work and a lot of exhaustion for a great reward. I feel like it's nice. I
I
love it.
agree.
I,
It's
I
worth
like
it.
how
It's
But
it's a labor of
yeah.
love.
how do you react then when people are
Jeffrey?
critical of what you do, of how you choose to,
Then they don't get invited back.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
What
off.
about you? You've had some
Not your
wonderful Christmases. So,
Me?
yeah.
Whoa. Okay, let's pop the hat back on. All right. Look, I think it's worth doing as well because it is a ritual that builds our community and our family and sense of belonging. And I think it is a nice thing. And anything that's nice, I think there should be more of. So yeah, look, there's a lot of work that goes into it. Like I did clean my house. I didn't realize it was so dirty because I was at work all the time. Like it took me 2 days, but it felt good at the end of it when I had everyone over. I was like, everyone's enjoying themselves and having a nice time, and this was all worth it. So yeah, I do.
Well,
But yeah, no, I've had doozies. I've had big blues on Christmas. Oh, it's been great. That's its own show that you will get on our Patreon next year in 2024.
Luke Shaw's Christmas Nightmares. Vera, you're a Christmas
You guys,
queen.
I'll tell
my
all.
house Christmas Eve. I loved
Oh, that
having
was
it here.
nice.
I loved.
We had
the way
shrimp.
you guys behaved. I enjoyed
that
it.
was
I
nice.
thought it was a great evening.
That was
was fun.
very nice because I didn't have to do a damn thing. I loved it.
But Vera did, and it was worth it for her because she made you happy. She made
And we
everyone
were,
happy, and it's
we
a
were
nice
very
feeling.
grateful. We were very, very grateful
yes.
to,
That was wonderful.
to have. Now, Tim, you went above and beyond with Christmas. Is it?
All the time.
No,
Is it?
I thought you were still dead from
now that
Britney.
you're gonna have to dismantle it all. How does that make you feel, my friend?
Sad. Christmas to
Sad.
me is the most amazing time of year. I think the food is a bit of a waste, but I only say that because it's not about the food. It's about families being together and share, because you see family that you probably see but once or twice throughout the year. And it's about coming back together and remembering why you're family. And even if there's an argument or whatnot, I love being with my family. I love being a part of Melissa's family now. My family does a big Christmas Eve, so I wasn't able to stay at Melissa's house until dinner because I'm not able to drive right now, so I had to have someone pick me up to bring me to my family's house. So I missed dinner at both houses, so I didn't eat at all on Christmas.
Oh, no.
Fuck.
But
All that food
I love
wasted.
it.
Got leftovers.
No, I don't.
See,
do
had
leftovers.
they done up a
I
pack
don't
what
do
this dude
leftovers.
did, you would have had 2 meals, man. On the go.
No,
You would have been fine.
But honestly, like the decorations, like every year I look for more. And where can I hang another light? And where can I need another nativity scene. And I need this and I need that. Like I love the holidays, so it is all worth it in the end. It definitely sucks when you have to take it down, but for a lot more than fighting with a dead tree pulling lights off.
Well, name your price, bitch. I'll pay you to come over here and come take this fucking smut down.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, what do you think? You've done it.
Fuck this Christmas. I am so goddamn tired this year. This shit wore me out. I could I've never been so tired in my fucking life. The week before Christmas, I mean, Christmas night, I could have just died. I wanted to die.
Jeffrey.
Please let a fucking plane crash into this house.
Jeffrey, does Christmas bring family and friends together?
Fuck family. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I hate those people. I could give a fuck. Could care less.
Here I was thinking progress is being made, but obvious.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I could give a rat's ass. I'm saying I busted my ass. These kids went right back to being assholes the next day. They didn't give a rat's ass about nothing. They weren't grateful. It's like, what the fuck do you do all this for? I mean, it's fun, right? If it was a big thing,
I did see your face on Christmas morning when they were opening.
Yes. So, that is absolutely, like, that part of it is amazing. Like, getting to see that.
It was nice. It was nice to see because, as I said, that's not something that has been my experience recently, last couple of years, and it's part of the reason why I came because You know, I'm like, all right, there's got to be more to more to it than having a day off work.
No,
And
but
then going-
I do agree with Vera. Like I've
But
never
Steve,
actually.
did it melt your heart?
It was quite. I've seen a couple of cute moments throughout
Just a couple.
throughout my time here,
And then some insane,
and some
psychotic
insane
moments.
moments too. That's okay.
I've never actually had to go back to work the day after Christmas. I've always
Tequila.
gone like
Look,
2 weeks. Even when I owned the daycare, I was closed for 2 weeks on either side of it. I don't, And this year, I actually did go to because I'm like, oh, it'll be fine. I'll only work a few hours. Motherfucker, I wanted to die. I woke up and I was like, I can't do it. So
I heard him making the TikTok in the morning, and then the next time I saw them, it was dark.
So with you,
I was like, hello.
Yeah. I'm like, I only gotta work a few hours. The next thing I know, fucking 9 hours later.
It was nighttime. I'm like, hi guys. How you
It
going?
was horrible.
And then, was it that night that I passed out?
Yeah.
Or no, it was
Jeff?
Christmas night.
Christmas time.
I don't think I can have much sympathy for you because most Christmases, my whole working life, I've worked.
Yeah.
And that was usually always fun for me because, I was child-free. I was relatively single.
Hats off to everyone.
Not in any
that
stable
worked.
I was
relationship.
still working on the floor.
Hats off to anyone
Yeah,
in the
same.
emergency
Same. I was
services
still
and stuff
looking
like
after
that.
people.
That is
I was still working on the
looking
floor.
after people, or even those poor people that are in hospitality that have to serve people on Christmas Day and put a smile on their face when they would
My
rather
hat-
be anywhere
My
else.
hat's off to you.
Exactly.
Well,
Luke's-
and I also used to like working hospitality too because when you're working in a restaurant, yes, you're serving that brunch. It's Christmas Day. You're not with your family, but you can bet your ass
You get
that the
some
family
good
that
ass
owns that
tips.
restaurant is going to provide you with dinner. There's going to be a Christmas bonus.
I worked one Christmas on Christmas Day as a waiter, and they were popping the dom because it was
Do
a
you
fancy.
know we gave out? I shouldn't say this. Never mind.
gonna say something horrible.
I used to
Popping it down.
volunteer when I worked in the hospital. I would volunteer to work Christmas Day because I did not have kids and I was more than willing to make double time and a half.
Yeah, and that was always my attitude too. I'm like, I'm living away from home. Why not just go and work and earn more money? Like, who cares? Like, I can still call my family when I finish my shift and do all that stuff. But I'm not with
if
them.
I
was
didn't
living
have
away.
kids years ago, you know what I mean? I wouldn't have had no problem. I would have went to work and made triple time or whatever on a holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even this year with the kids, the 4th of July and stuff, I opened the restaurant. We hung out at the restaurant. The kids were scrubbing and we did shit, whatever. But this is about them. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
it's a
it was
kid's
important
holiday
for me
kids.
to
It's definitely a
be
holiday
at
for
home
kids.
so they could do their shit and enjoy their stuff and but working the next day with no.
But I think the most
Hard.
important thing to acknowledge is that it's over.
No, it's not because we got one more, motherfucker.
Yeah, but New Year's is for adults.
Yeah, but it's still fucking. It's one more fucking day of work. If you're hosting shit. Yeah, it's always.
Just book a table, babe. Go out. Go and have a drink.
I hate
He's been
holidays.
hanging
So
on.
much
He's been white knuckling it all night. Don't even worry about it. Hi, Lashana. How are you?
Hi, Lashana.
But one person who is white knuckled it all the way because she gets real sensitive when it gets close to the end of the show. We haven't done it yet. It's okay, Vera. Calm down. It is time for Vera Events. Okay, V, for the last time this year. 3,
That's right.
2, 1, vent.
Last night in New Hampshire, there was a very interesting turn of events in the Republican primary. I know that some of our across the pond viewers have no idea what's going on in American politics, so I'll try to share this with you. Nikki Haley is the one Republican who's been closing in on Trump. Now, closing in on Trump does not mean she's anywhere near winning the nomination. She is still 40 points behind Trump. However, last night she was in New Hampshire for a town hall trying to move her position up in the Republican standings. And somebody in the audience asked her a question about the American Civil War. which, as most people know, was fought over the right to own slaves. And Nikki Haley's response was very evasive. She could not address slavery or racism. She was going on about personal freedom versus the government's right to take away freedom, what you can and can't do, and states' rights, and the typical answer that most racists give when they try to justify slavery or the Confederacy or, the right of the police to shoot people without a trial. And the person who asked her this question was very specific. Aren't you going to talk about slavery? And Nikki Haley got very defensive. She's like, what do you want me to say about slavery? Next question. Well, I bring this up because I think the problem is not how she answered it, but why she answered it. Nikki Haley was being specifically evasive because we all know that at this point in time, the Republican Party has become a safe haven for white supremacists and racists. And she did not want to put slavery into the argument because she did not want to offend the Republican Party base. And then she had to make it about the Democrats. That was a Democratic operative. No Democratic operative needed to go ask you that question. The question was there by one of your opponents, my dear, because you are the only one who's been gaining with the moderate Republicans and the independents. That was not a Democratic play. That was from your own party, my dear, and you have failed to test that you may regret failing. There you go. That's my vent for the week.
Yay!
So, Vera,
Oh, is she done?
would you support Trump over Nikki Haley then, is what you're saying?
Would I support Nikki Haley? No, because I don't respect
No.
her.
Do you think Trump is a better candidate than Nikki Haley?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, no. You can't catch her out on that one.
I know, I'm trying to get out.
I think Nikki Haley was gaining a lot of ground with moderate Republicans and independents and could have been a viable force, and still maybe. I mean, it's pretty early on in the election process with moderates and independents. But, man, she certainly fucked herself last night.
Dogsy asks if one of the Kennedys is running in the next election.
I thought it was.
Are there any of them left?
Are they still alive?
But he didn't.
And you've snatched
Lashana, my edges have been snatched.
There you go. Vera is stepping up as usual. And kids, we have made it to the end of 2023. So before we say,
when there's supposed to be a video or something.
yeah, look, before we say goodbye, it's coming. We're gonna we'll do something. We'll do something. It's all good. There'll be something. What's everyone's vibe for 2024?
Oh, death.
Jeffrey says death. Christina, what are you hoping for? What's your vibe for 2024, baby?
Survival.
Survival. Wow, you guys are all really grim. Luke?
No, I'm going to thrive. I'm going to start writing again. I love writing, and I haven't done it for so long because of just life, and it's one of those things that used to bring me joy. So I'm going to do that again. And I'm also going to start our Patreon, and you can subscribe and get all of our content. There's some shit, guys. There's a whole show we filmed that, I'd love to just release clips from.
There's a couple. There's
yummy
actually a
stuff.
couple of.
Yeah, I used to say there's more than one.
There's a couple in the vault to never be released. Aren't there?
Yeah, it can't be released, but
Vera,
maybe a clip or two.
I resolve every year to make one more revolution around the sun. And,
okay, fair enough. And our ever-present bionic man, what extra parts are you gonna have for 2024?
I mean, I know they were all joking, but I'm just trying to survive. I got fucking organs falling out of my ass. I'm just trying to make it, and then try to make some money in the process. That's all.
Hey, there we go.
Which is why I'm starting the Patreon, and it will help Tim get
Tim's gonna have his
more organs put back in his ass.
Tim's gonna have his OnlyFans linked to the Patreon, so we'll be all right. It'll be only Tim's. It'll be good times. But we're all here. We're all here. We'll be here. We hope
we're not all there.
We are not all there. There's a reason why this is.
And the show ain't shit.
It is. It's our shit, and hopefully it's your shit too. We hope that you've had an amazing 2023, and if you haven't, hold on for a couple more days, just like Wilson Phillips said. But again, the major thing is just don't fuck your dad. Merry Christmas. Happy
Unless
New
he's a
Year.
good root.
And with new titles, ladies and gentlemen, some names will be removed from 2024. The reasons will be revealed on our Patreon.
And I just want to point out, I'm not jealous of anybody, so you can quit your passive aggressive fucking posting. Okay, thanks, bye.
Love you all. Merry Christmas.